Hey friends, today I have a traveler's notebook process video to share with you. But before we get into that, I wanted to go ahead and give you a peek at the traveler's notebook kit and the stamp set subscription that Studio Calico is releasing for this month. This is the Stay Tuned kit releasing for September 2018. And right off the bat, like unboxing this, I'm just so excited about this new pouch. This is a different pouch than they've had in the past, and it's different from what they're currently keeping the documenter kits in. It's definitely a more see-through bag, which I love because I actually keep a lot of my embellishments and smaller bits and pieces inside of there. So I love that you can kind of get a glance at what's inside. They're also a little bit bigger. So the traveler's notebook slides in and out really easily, and you could just pack this up, pack up all the little bits and pieces that came in the kit, maybe put in a stamping block and some ink, and you could easily take this on a trip somewhere. I love that Studio Calico has made this a little bit more portable and travel friendly, and yeah, something to definitely think about if you want to document on the go when you have a trip coming up. So I know that was kind of a long explanation talking about something kind of as small as the bag, but I was just really excited to kind of see that they've switched that up. So that is one piece, and I'm flipping through the notebook here. I love all of the really amazing patterns. That one is on the cover and it's also on the inside of the notebook. So many fun patterns, really bright, bold colors. There are lots of like reds and greens and colors that kind of get me a little bit out of my comfort zone, I will admit, but that's definitely something that I appreciate about these notebooks is that there's always something a little bit different inside of them, and it gets me to think outside of the box and really kind of push my creativity, and that way I don't get bored with what I'm doing. So that is always a good thing. So the first and last page are always blank like that, so you can add something or just leave them as they are. You also get two washi tapes in this month's kit. There's this really fun metallic silver, which I haven't seen before. I think that's really neat. Adds like a little shiny bit to your page. And then this more traditional black and white diagonal stripe, which is really fun as well. There's also this stamp set, which I had a lot of fun playing with. I used it on a page and mixed it in with some of the labels, which I'm going to share in a minute. And it was fun to kind of play around with the different patterns and shapes. And if you want to see how that came out, I will link the Studio Calico gallery down below so you can take a look at that and all the other projects that the creative team put together with this kit. But this is actually one of my favorite embellishments. I love these tags, and I really love that they're on this sort of creamy white color and that they're not craft tags. I just think that works really, really well with the notebook, and I love all of the bold patterns. They're really fun. You also get two sticker sheets of these navy blue stars. You get two sticker sheets of these phrase stickers on that bright pink, which is super fun. And then you can never have enough labels. You also get two sticker sheets of labels here in those really fun bright colors. And it's kind of the paper texture, so if you're familiar with the color theory labels that were released last month, they are that weight. So once you stamp, like the ink does not move around. You don't have to worry about it smudging or anything. It definitely goes down really well onto those labels. And then this is the monthly subscription stamp set, which I believe was designed by Christine Heron. And this is so fun. You get the numbers 0 through 9. You also get a bunch of prompts, which would make great lists. And then you also get kind of like these washi tape patterns. Like those would make really fun little strips of washi tape once you stamp them out in ink. You could use them as like a background to a photo or any number of things sort of as a background. So really fun. And I'm actually going to be using that stamp set in the process video that I'm sharing right now. So I am going in with one of these pattern stamps, And I just wanted to add a little bit of color and kind of a different pattern in between these dotted lines. So I selected 4 different colors and I'm just going to use them each twice, just in those open areas. And I'm not being too kind of exact about this. I'm just trying to get some on the left-hand side, some on the right, and some in the middle just to kind of keep it a little bit balanced. I'm stamping some of them off of the edge, and I will go ahead and write out the colors that I'm using in the description box below, so you can check those out if you want to know what I used here. But I wanted to use that sort of pinky color, a yellow, the turquoise, and then the navy blue. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to stamp out some of the they're kind of like half oval shapes, and I wanted to kind of use them as a background for my numbers, which I wanted to stamp in black. But you're going to see that I make a little mistake here. I think, well, I know that I probably could have fixed this error pretty easily. I could have like stamped my numbers off to the right, but what I ended up doing is I stamped the 4 colors that I used on the left-hand side, not realizing that the navy blue would be too dark for the black number to show up on. And I really wanted to stamp my numbers on top of these little patterns. So instead of like stamping to the right of the pattern or stamping it on some white cardstock and then cutting out the numbers or anything like that, I actually ended up ripping out my page, which I really don't recommend doing that. I think you just have so much better luck with, you'll just have an easier time with keeping all of your pages in your notebook if you don't rip out pages. So I really don't recommend doing that if you can avoid it, but I really wanted to have like a clean piece of graph paper so that I could redo this. So I went ahead and I took this out, and I will just use that on either another page in this notebook or I will use it on a different project. And now I have another blank paper there. So I'm going to make 6 different journaling spots. I will go ahead and stamp my background, being really careful not to stamp that deja blue color again. And then I will stamp my numbers using the black ink on top of the patterns. I'm actually going to be doing my journaling off camera since I wanted to go ahead and type everything out, and then I fussy cut out all of the little phrases and adhered them down. So I will go ahead and share the final layout in some photos at the very end of this video. So this whole layout was kind of what was on my mind when I turned 31. So last month, August 11th was my birthday, and I just was kind of being pensive about the last year and had some things in mind for what I'm looking forward to, and I guess just not words of encouragement, but just things that were on my mind moving into this new year. So I wanted to kind of write those out and record this in my notebook for August. So that is a photo that I took on my birthday, a little selfie, and I wanted to help it kind of pop out against that pattern background. So I used the thick black and white striped tag. And I think that just kind of added a nice impact behind the photo. It just really helps that photo kind of pop off the page and separates it from that somewhat busy background. And then I'm going to stamp out 31 onto a label. I feel like the stamp set was definitely perfect for documenting this story with all the numbers, and it's super versatile, so you can really use it for any story, but I don't know, I felt like it was really appropriate for this month, so that is always nice when it works with the story that you're trying to tell. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer that on top of my photo, and then I am going to stamp out one of the sentiments. I think It says super duper happy. And I'm going to stamp that onto one of the longer labels there, and then I'm going to put down a little bit of the black and white diagonal stripe washi tape, again just to kind of give it a little bit of a backing so that that label pops off the page a little bit more, and it just kind of adds another little texture piece. Added in one of those star stickers, and then I'm just going to stamp down my title, which is on my mind, and that will be it. And then I will add in my journaling off camera. So super simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this and liked seeing how I use this stamp set in this Traveler's Notebook page. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. And I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.